Outlander. Alright, this is Season 3, Episode 5 of Outlander. Its title is Freedom and Whiskey, which are two things I am a fan of. Let's do it. Surgeries are gross. They're gross in any time period.
Miss Randall, a word.
Oh, is you in trouble?
You ever gonna tell me what really happened over there?
Okay, see, I was a time traveler, right?
So he's Scottish.
And then some.
Fuck fate.
Yes, no fate. No fate but what we make. What are you doing there?
Oh, this is either the most daft thing I've ever done or the most brilliant.
There's a fine line between adorable and stalking.
Happy Christmas.
You from weird places that don't say Merry Christmas.
Look, he's here.
Unannounced. At Christmas time. Rude.
Let's hang out tomorrow, okay?
Wow. You know, plane tickets are expensive, Missy.
Nonsense. No, you stay here.
I have an empty room now that she left.
Can I pour you a whiskey?
I like you, son.
I found him.
Yes, do it. Whatever you're gonna do, do it.
He's a printer.
Yeah, I've been to his print shop. It's awesome.
No, I never asked you to do this.
Say thank you.
I thought you'd want to know.
Well, I don't.
Liar!
I can't go through that again.
You totally should, though.
This is real. You can go to Jamie.
Leave Brianna.
Sure, why not?
How could I do that to her?
Take her with you.
He sent you over a 150-year-old murder victim.
Who is it?
How did you know?
What's going on here?
He's Bree's real father.
And from the past.
Explains a lot.
Like the red hair, for one. I like Joe. He's fun. Is that Dark Shadows?
I know it's very difficult. You're kidding. Dark Shadows?
Yes.
Like those troglodytes wouldn't understand the travails.
Oh, I love when someone calls someone a troglodyte. One thing that kind of bothers me about Bree is she doesn't even seem to have a hint of a British accent.
I'm the daughter of an 18th century Highlander.
And you should be proud of it.
Oh, Professor Travers, I'll need your grant proposal by Monday. The
Oh,
endowment
what?
for no Oh, I'm sorry. This is Sandy Travers, one of Professor Randall's former students.
Oh, she knows.
Professor Travers is undertaking research on the influence of colonial English on autochthonous languages.
Sounds very relevant.
You should have let him go.
Okay, girl, don't start right now.
I could have made him happy.
Throw a drink in her face already.
That blonde woman at the ceremony.
Don't want to talk about it.
Then you can go back.
You have to go back.
I love you, but I don't need you.
Sweet, but also a little bit of a burn.
And the answer was yes. You can come back to your life.
It might suck a little bit, though.
But maybe it was enough to have gone once.
Nope, you gotta go twice. God, I wish we had, like, places of business like this where you could just hang out and drink afterwards. Mom's inside watching this episode, but she's a little ahead of me, and she just says, "Oh my gosh!" So now I'm curious.
What if he's forgotten me?
Not possible.
No, I have to give him back to you.
See, okay, I'm starting to like her now.
Joe, I need a second opinion.
Should I time travel?
Am I attractive?
Whoa, okay, I didn't expect that.
Sexually?
Whoa, you're making it worse.
You're the only man I can have this conversation with.
Friend zoned.
And you want to look like you never left.
I haven't seen him in 20 years.
Good thing is you haven't aged at all, but that just might be the show.
You're a skinny white bro with too much hair but a great ass.
I like this guy.
This would have been helpful first time round.
Seriously, if I didn't have a book or like access to the internet, I'd be lost in the past.
I borrowed some scalpels and penicillin from the hospital.
That's gonna come in handy because I remember hearing on the quiz something about penicillin.
It's your birthstone.
What's it do with all these stones? There's like stones. I mean, don't tell me, but there's stones going on.
Julia mentioned in her notebook that gemstones were necessary.
Yeah, but what? What do they mean?
After 15 years of making your costumes and pageant outfits, I think I know my
Pageant child. That's what I was sensing. Batman theme? I'm on board. I'm not even watching this with my mom, but I know she's like loving all the sewing stuff.
Is that my...
blouse? May I borrow it?
And you might never get it back.
I can't believe you're not letting me come with you to Scotland.
Yeah, you should go. Let's see what happens.
Been up for the road.
I like Roger. He always wants to drink. I'm down.
To freedom and whiskey.
Title of the episode.
Maybe later we can watch a Charlie Brown Christmas?
That's a good one. Yep, they gon' kiss. Get that girl a book. Girls love books.
When I see a puddle in my path, my mind half halts, though my feet do not, and I hurry on, with only the echo of the thought left behind.
Stuff's happening, guys. Stuff's happening.
Alexander Malcolm?
Aye, just down the way and to the left.
Go to it. I've seen that sign. I've seen that sign in person. The episode. What? I hate when the computer. It's like a weird thing with Outlander. It crashes before the end of every episode. What? Go inside. Go inside. Go inside it.
You, Jordan. Took you long enough.
Oh my gosh. I can't breathe. I'm breathing into my hand. I'm turning red.
It isn't Geordie. It's me.
Oh my gosh. There's a fly in here. Come on, fly. I'm busy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he'd faint. He'd faint. That makes sense. Oh my god! It happened! They're back. Dude. First of all, I mean, that was awesome. But the sad thing is I knew exactly what was going to happen. And it's one of those issues I tend to have. Like I've said a million times before, I don't know any fans that have spoiled me on anything. Any of the book readers, no one's actually really spoiled anything for me. It's the writers and the creators of the show that do. And this has been an issue I've had. Like, if take example like Game of Thrones, their writers and directors and creators, they talk about the show as if they are assuming the fans have not read the books. And then they continue speaking that way so they don't spoil anything for the show. But when, any interview or inside the episode, these writers talk candidly about what's going to happen, assuming we all know. We don't all know. We're watching the show. But yes, from Comic-Con and different interviews, and then from actual things the show's released, I entirely knew how that scene was going to go. But it was still awesome to see it. And the whole episode, I'm like, dude, when are we going to see Jamie? But it was kind of good they held him right till the end. That was awesome. Anyway, the episode goes, Claire's still being a good doctor, but Bree's not handling all this well, and her school, her grades are slipping. She's also having a hang-up about history in general, because history, is written by the victors, and everyone's version of history is a little bit shaded by the person telling it. She's like, anyway, all I know is things that I thought were true were not, and I'm finding out things that I thought weren't true or are, so your world's fracturing a little bit. Time travel will do that. Also, I love Joe. He's a cool character, and he hasn't been in a lot, but everything I've seen about him, he just seems cool. Claire's open enough with him to tell him that, not everything, but that when she was in Scotland, she was attempting to reconnect with the guy who was really Bree's father and stuff like that. Then we see that Roger has shown up on Claire's doorstep right when her and Bree are having a fight because Bree has quit school and she wants to move out on her own and live her own life or whatever. Kids are obnoxious. Roger says he's there because he wants to have an American Christmas. Bullcrap. You like Bree and you got some news. Anyway, since Bree and Claire were fighting, Bree leaves but Roger stays with Claire. He's found something. He's found Jamie, and the way he found them is that back in some article there was a quote, excerpts from a poem that Claire said she had told Jamie, and it's in print before the author of the poem ever wrote it, and the author is Alexander Malcolm, which is Jamie's middle names, and that writing took place a year previous if we're going in concurrent timelines. He thinks Claire's going to be all excited, but she's not because, first of all, her daughter's going through crap and she wants to be there for her kid. But at the same time, she's like, I closed this door a long time ago and you're bringing up a lot of weird stuff right now. She just needs some time to think about all this, but at the same time is like, don't tell Bree about it. And then there's a scene that I don't know if it's foreshadowing, things I'm not supposed to know yet, or if it's something I'm supposed to know and I've forgotten, which happens a lot. But Claire is at work and Joe got a big shipment of bones from a friend that he's supposed to be looking over. She's looking at them and she knows that it's a murder victim before he's even looked at the bones and figured that out. It's some woman who died in a cave. I don't know if this is supposed to be someone we know. Is it Claire? I don't know. Time travel is a tricky thing, let me tell you what. But yeah, the bones woman has died by someone cutting her head off or trying to. Oh, and also the bones was that of a white woman, which is relevant somehow. I'm not sure how yet. But then Jo brings up her man in Scotland, and he kind of talks her into, like, second chance at love. Go for it, kiddo. Then we see some stuff of Bree and Roger kind of bonding over TV, and then she takes him to this big thing they're doing for Frank. That's supposed to be, like, doing a grant in his name. They talk about history and architecture and stuff. And he says how he didn't know his father, but knowing his father through someone else helped him know who he was. And she's like, well, how do you know if that's true or not? Because it's through someone else's lens. Again, she's got history issues. Then when they're at this ceremony thing for Frank, the chick that Frank was banging on the side shows up and starts mouthing off at Claire. She's blaming Claire for a lot of this about not letting Frank go and how she wanted to be with Frank, but Frank still partly loved Claire and blah, blah, blah. I don't care about your woes, woman. Then after that, Bree's like, yo, Mom, who was that chick? Claire decides to be open and honest and tell her about that chick, and then they kind of talk back and forth about their family dynamic and stuff, and then Claire decides to actually tell her, oh yeah, by the way, Roger has found Jamie. And she's like, oh sweet, you gotta go back. Again, she's winning me over a little bit. People told me Bree would win me over, but I'm like, if you're gonna tell someone they have to go to Jamie, you're right, therefore I like you a little bit. Then later, Claire is at work with all the doctors and nurses watching the moon landing. Jo mentions, like, how could you go that far away and come back and have a normal life? And she's thinking, like, I kind of did, and you know what? She should just go back. She's talking herself in her brain into going back, and she's right. Then there's another scene of Claire and Bree, and they're talking about, you know, like, oh, I might never see you again, but then her real doubts come out that, you know, maybe Jamie doesn't love her anymore, and Bree's like, come on, that's stupid. Bree also realizes that she's been spending so much time thinking about which one of her fathers she's like, and she's most like her mother, and so on and so forth, bonding, all cementing her plans to get ready to leave. Then we see that Claire's at work, and she asks Jo if she's still attractive sexually, and he's like, you gonna go get your man. Trust me, girl, you're fine. Then we see Claire, Roger, and Bree are all around having Christmas. They've given her some, like, old-timey money, a Scottish history book, and Bree's birthstone to wear. Because gemstones and the stones have some connection I can't quite figure out yet. Claire also mentions that she stole some scalpels and penicillin from work. And I think the penicillin, something's going to be about that. Because all I remember is when they had the Outlander quiz on the website. Again, assuming you had read the books first. Mentions penicillin. I don't know if that's going to play into something. But she has a lot of stuff to carry, so she's like, not only do I have to make myself clothes when I get there, but I can put secret hidden Batman pockets in it and smuggle all this stuff around. Then we go to Bree and Claire and learn that Bree's not even going to go with her. She's going to go on her own. They're going to say their goodbyes at the house. Claire does things like giving her a letter of her resignation to give to the hospital, putting the deed to the house and bank accounts in Bree's name. Then she gives Bree the necklace that Jamie gave her on their wedding, and she's like, here, it's your grandma's, you can wear it at your future wedding, whatever. Then Roger comes in and does the thing that I love him for, where he's just like, hey, we should drink. They all toast to freedom and whiskey, and then Claire gets in her taxi. After Claire leaves, Bree cries a little bit, but then she puts on a Santa hat and gets lobster rolls and Boston cream pies to give to Roger because he said he wanted, like, an American Christmas. Then Roger gives Bree a gift of a Christmas carol because Claire said that was a tradition they did to read to her since she was little. Then they kiss, and then they sit down, and Bree's reading to him while he's eating the foods. Then we don't get to actually see Claire go through the stones because of the inside of the episode thing said for production reasons they were trying to figure out another way to do it. I think they did pretty cool. It's a voiceover of Claire talking about since she was a kid, she was afraid of puddles in the sense that she couldn't really be convinced how deep they were, and she might just fall forever. And they intercut that with a scene of her stepping out of the taxi, and there's a puddle, and then it jump cuts to her stepping into a puddle in the past. As she's walking through the crowd, she asks the kid where the print shop is, and it very much reminded me of A Christmas Carol, of like, what day is today? Why, today is Christmas Day. She follows the little kid's advice, finds the print shop, walks in. She hears Jamie thinking it's someone else. She walks in, says, no, look, it's me, I'm Claire, what's up? He turns around, they stare, it's beautiful, and then he passes out. And then credits. I was wondering how long they were going to make us wait until they met up, but awesome. And now that that's over with, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff to happen next. I mean, we still got a bit of the season to fill out, so what is going to happen? One thing that still I don't quite know, maybe because I don't understand how the stones work entirely, what with gemstones and stuff, but if the timelines are moving concurrently, how come when Galis went back, she went back before Claire got there? So that how does that work? Of course, when I'm wondering all these things, I don't want you guys to answer. I mean, don't spoil me, but, like, just let me know if it's something that I missed or if it's something that will be explained. Anyway, wow, that happened. Also, I almost forgot. I'm going to be making another video going into more details. But recently I have been demonetized on a lot of YouTube. It's been hitting everyone. If you guys watch YouTube, you probably heard about the ad apocalypse. There's a lot of other details going on here, but I just want to let you guys know I started a Patreon. If y'all don't know how that works, I'm still fuzzy on it myself. I'm going to be making a video to kind of go over the finer details, as well as a PayPal if you're not too on board with monthly payment things. But as always, my videos are still going to be free. They're going to be on here. Patreon's just a way to support different creators you like. And if you like my content, which I hope you do, maybe you can consider donating. I don't know. It's no obligation. I'm just saying, if you know, I mean, people pay for Netflix, right? But in the simplest sense, if you guys watch my videos and you like them and you do want to support me, that would be awesome. Hopefully over the years, or if you've just found me, I've given you some good laughs. We've had some good conversations. And if you want to help me continue doing what I'm doing, find the time and energy to get it all done, that would be great. But I will be posting in the description the link for my Patreon and my PayPal if you guys are interested. So as always, if I've forgotten anything or left anything out, you guys want to talk about anything, drop a comment. Don't forget to do things, rate, comment, subscribe. I will catch you guys later. Until next time.